The Rolex Datejust is a classic timepiece that many consider adding to their collection. And it's no surprise why. For some, it's the first and perhaps only luxury watch they'll purchase. However, choosing the right one can be tough. It's essential to compare the Rolex Datejust with competitors like Cartier, IWC, Grand Seiko, and even other Rolex models. In this video, we've gathered the most important factors to consider before purchasing a Rolex Datejust. Let's start. Number 1. Timeline enhancements. Let's explore the key milestones in the evolution of the Datejust, helping you identify which era of the Datejust timeline aligns best with your preferences. In 1945, Rolex celebrated its 40th anniversary by introducing the Datejust. These early models featured 36mm cases made of solid gold. The Datejust was groundbreaking, as the first automatic watch with a date window that changed automatically at midnight, a feature we often take for granted today. It also introduced the Jubilee bracelet, renowned for its comfortable and sophisticated 5-link design. Moving into the 1950s, Rolex expanded its lineup with steel and two-tone models, including references 5030 and 5031. By 1957, the term Datejust began appearing on the dial. The 1960s and 70s saw the introduction of 4-digit references that laid the foundation for vintage Datejust collecting: the 1600 with a smooth bezel, the 1601 with a fluted bezel, and the reference 16603 with an engine-turned bezel. In the 1970s, Rolex introduced the caliber 3035, featuring a quick-set date function, addressing the inconvenience of manually resetting the date on earlier Datejust models. In 1988, Rolex replaced the previous acrylic crystals with more durable sapphire crystals, offering enhanced scratch resistance. The late 90s and early 2000s saw a transition from tritium to luminova and eventually to superluminova in Rolex's luminescent material. A significant development occurred in 2009 when Rolex introduced the 41mm Datejust 2, catering to those who preferred larger watches. Although the Datejust 2 had a limited production run, it was later reintroduced in 2016 as the Datejust 41, a name that remains in use today. Number 2. Pricing and popularity. Pricing and popularity of Datejust watches are influenced by several factors. Size plays a significant role, with the Datejust 41 being larger, commanding a higher price. The material of the case is another important consideration, as models with precious metal options generally fetch higher prices compared to standard steel models. Additionally, having the watch's box and papers adds value, as confirmed in a dedicated report on this topic. When it comes to dials, certain designs that become fan favorites can significantly impact prices. For example, the Palm dial, initially met with skepticism, now commands higher prices, demonstrating its value over time. Condition also consistently contributes to elevated prices, especially in the vintage market. Unpolished examples with clean dials and well-maintained bracelets naturally fetch higher prices than those in inferior condition. The Datejust's frequent buying and selling patterns make it stand out as a watch that's easy to enter and exit the market with. This characteristic implies that selling it down the line is a seamless process, especially if you find yourself not wearing it as much or if you decide to upgrade to a more luxurious timepiece later on. It's also worth mentioning that, with patience, the Datejust is likely one of the more accessible Rolex watches to obtain at retail, although finding the specific combination you desire may take some time. Number 3. Classic versus contemporary versus modern vintage. Now, let's delve into the categories of vintage modern, and the intermediary category known as neo-vintage, which extend beyond the Datejust and apply to other watches as well. Vintage Datejusts hold a special appeal for enthusiasts seeking a touch of nostalgic romance. The allure lies in the desire for a patina and vintage glow, capturing a piece of Rolex's illustrious history. However, embracing vintage watches comes with inherent challenges. It's crucial to purchase from a reputable seller, ensure the movement is functional and keeps time, and budget for potential repairs. The popularity of the Datejust facilitates easy access to replacement parts. Additionally, attention to condition is vital, with caution needed regarding features like tropical dials, which might indicate past moisture damage. Checking for unpolished edges and bevels on the case and lugs is also essential. Modern Datejusts cater to those prioritizing advanced technology and reliability over vintage charm. Rolex has consistently refined its designs to create the perfect daily watch, and modern Datejusts embody these cumulative improvements. While sacrificing the romantic allure of vintage aesthetics, modern models offer superior functionality. On the other hand, neo-vintage watches often go overlooked, residing between the classic charm of vintage pieces and the contemporary appeal of modern designs. This oversight, however, presents an opportunity for savvy buyers to explore where others may not be looking. Deals can be found in this category, allowing enthusiasts to acquire a quality timepiece at an attractive price. Number 4. Look at your options. To find the ideal Datejust for you, it's crucial to familiarize yourself with the available choices and use filters to narrow down your options. Start by considering the size, with a 5mm difference between the primary options of 36mm and 41mm. While a 38.5mm size may seem like a middle ground, it's essential to choose the size that best suits your preferences. If you have a smaller or more classic wrist, opt for the 36mm size. If you prefer larger watches, go for the 41mm option. Next, focus on filtering for case and bracelet material, primarily choosing between steel and two-tone options. This decision often depends on personal preference, so consider what you already have in mind. Additionally, you'll need to choose between the Oyster bracelet and the Jubilee bracelet. Take into account factors like appearance, feel, and durability. The Oyster bracelet offers a classic, sporty vibe, while the Jubilee bracelet, designed for the Datejust launch, provides a dressier alternative with a more precise fit. When deciding on your bezel, choose between a smooth or fluted option. This decision typically aligns with your preference for a sportier or dressier look. Some individuals prefer a cohesive approach, matching the Oyster bracelet with a smooth bezel or the Jubilee bracelet with a fluted bezel. Number 5. Seeking Datejust alternatives. When discussing alternatives to the Rolex Datejust for daily wear, several noteworthy contenders emerge from various brands. Let's explore these options. Cartier offers classic choices such as the Tank and Santos. The Santos exudes a sportier vibe, while the Tank leans towards a more formal look. For those who desire a symbol of quality but aren't particularly drawn to Rolex, Cartier presents a compelling alternative. IWC introduces contenders like the 36mm Pilot, an excellent choice for increased visibility or aviation enthusiasts. While the Jaeger-LeCoultre Reverso may lean towards a dressier style, it shares a similar price range with the Datejust and offers variety within the Reverso family. Grand Seiko is another notable contender for those who appreciate craftsmanship and a unique touch. Its ethos aligns with Rolex, making it a comparative choice for crafting an exceptional daily wear watch. From Rolex's own stable, alternatives like the Explorer 1 and the Oyster Perpetual offer slightly different flavors while retaining the essence of Rolex. These models are suitable for those who prefer a dateless style or a slightly more robust design than the Datejust. Although Omega doesn't have models directly comparable to the Datejust, Tudor, a sibling brand, offers options like the Tudor Black Bay line. While the Pelagos might be too chunky for direct comparison, the Black Bay line provides alternatives in various sizes, including 37mm, 39mm, and 41mm. The new 37mm Black Bay 54 captures a vintage size similar to the Datejust while maintaining Tudor's solid build quality. What do you think about the useful tips we discussed for purchasing a Rolex Datejust in our video? We'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions in the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give us a thumbs up if you found the video helpful. We're excited to have you join us in our future videos as well. Thanks!